What's up, YouTube? It is Mr. Charlie Black coming at you again with another video. This is an extension of my video that I did called Reparations and the Negro. If you're not familiar with what Reparations and the Negro is, kind of watch it. I'll look back at that video a little bit. There's not enough time in the world to express what I want to express, and so this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to add to it. So if you see an RATN video in a certain section of it, this is me expanding on reparations and the Negro. Some of you have argued with me. You said things like, I don't think that I should have to pay any reparations to anyone because my family didn't own slaves. And to this, I tell you this, and I'm going to tell you this. It might be blunt, you might not like it, but deal with it. For 250 years, there were black people who worked their asses off, literally worked to death in the United States of America, so that certain groups of people could benefit from unearned income. They use this income to flourish, to build houses, or have them build, I should say, off of more unearned income. They've used the income to build houses, to establish themselves in certain sectors of business and government, to provide education for their children and food for their children, to move people from overseas to the United States of America, and to continue to build schools and to build police stations and things like that, and courthouses. There's some schools that sit around on the land of the United States, and they're built by slaves, on the backs of slaves, and specifically black slaves. The issue that I draw with it is that people have benefited from this unearned income. They've been able to bring these jobs in and provide more jobs for people who deserve them nonetheless, but got them on the backs of someone else. And while the apology last year for slavery, for the 250-year block, was appropriate, it was well needed, there should be more done. Period. I can't think of a group off the top of my head who has not received some form of reparations for enduring some sort of heinous, monstrous genocide or enslavement, as African Americans or African people, the descendants of slaves, did. And this was from a 250-year block. So that goes without saying for me. But this video specifically is going to be about about the liquor stores. Liquor stores, because I've come with the problem with liquor stores. I don't support them anymore. I used to think, okay, I could instantly go in one and that would be what it was. The issue that I started to have was when I drove around. And if you ever have the opportunity, and while gas prices are still low, get in your car, fuel up, and drive around your city. If you don't have a car, get on the bus, get on the train, ride around your city. Just on a free day, just ride around, and start to pay attention to where these liquor stores are placed. Now, location is everything for any business. And I'm not going to sit here and down liquor store owners because they're selling people what they want. What I have a problem with is why they come to urban areas populated heavily by blacks and Latinos who have lower education, lower income, and plant right there. I mean, I understand it in the sense that it's a good business tactic. People who buy more of the liquor are people from those groups. What I don't like is selling, basically being legalized crack dealers, drug dealers. I believe that part of reparations should be spent in injecting money into the economy in a lot of highly black populated areas where people can't find work, but they can find a liquor store. I hear so many stories, and I know a few people who get on the bus or get in their car every day and will pass by every damn bank on the way home and go cash their damn check at the liquor store down the street. I know of people who, in personal life and just watching them from afar, who will go and get in their car and go drive to the liquor store to buy certain grocery items instead of going to the grocery store that is 10 minutes down the street. they rely on these liquor stores as a way to function. You get your check, the first thing you do when you get your government check, you go to the liquor store, buy some liquor. You buy some papers to roll with, and to roll marijuana. May I add that? And you think that that's okay. I don't smoke weed. I don't smoke weed, never have had a desire to smoke weed. If you like it, then that's your business. You make it happen the way that you want to happen. But I do believe that it's a trap. It's a trap drug. And I know of a lot of people, I should say. I don't know them personally. They're not my friends. But I know of a lot of people who keep more weed and alcohol in their house than they do food and other resources that they actually need. And while this is a lifestyle that cannot be taught, I think that it definitely sets an example when people are stopping people from moving these liquor stores into their neighborhoods. And it's going to have to come from the grassroots. It's going to have to be communities sitting down and saying, hey, this is not good for the community. But why isn't there as much of an uproar when they build a liquor store, another liquor store in the ghetto, as there is when they build an adult movie theater near, a mile or two from a church? People are up in arms everywhere about it. And when they protest liquor store, I know of a place up north where they tried to protest the liquor store being there. Had town hall meetings and everything. The government went behind closed doors and put it up anyway. And this was in an area up north, I won't name the city, but where they were trying to revive this particular portion of the city. It had been ravaged by crime, gang crime, all kinds of gun violence, sex crimes, all throughout that place. And people got up one day and they said, hey, we're going to rebuild this part of the city. We're going to rebuild this little section. And they tried their hardest, but it seemed like they came into contact with too many obstacles along the way. And I think liquor stores are part of that. There's no reason why people should rely on liquor stores to function. And I know that it's competitive. Everybody drinks alcohol. People like it. It just does not make it right to me. It absolutely does not make it right. And even some of these bars out there. I went to the bar like a few weeks ago, and I was noticing I ordered a Coke because I told you, okay, I don't partake in the liquor and everything else, but ordered a Coke. It cost me $2. I'm sitting across from someone who orders a beer that costs $2. Now, the Coke I'm drinking might raise my sugar. It might get me energetic with all the caffeine, but that beer that someone else is drinking is going to impair their ability to drive. And it costs the same amount as something that I'm putting into my body. To me, it just doesn't make sense. We're talking about a gas tax so that we can cover all that we need when it comes to, improving our roadways. But we're not necessarily talking about a tax on alcohol. And every time we do, people get up in arms and it kind of gets swept in a little bit, but not to the full extent. Because you have certain lobbyist groups that go against it. I think that with the amount of police that we need, with the amount of people that get DUIs, celebrities out there running around getting DUIs, Charles Barkley, Heather Locklear, Nicole Richie, all these crazy people out there behind the wheels of vehicles, influenced by alcohol, why then should we not start to look at where the source is? Liquor stores in the ghettos are those sources. People get their government checks and they go straight there. They get their work check, they go straight to the liquor store and they buy some liquor. And they do it because the liquor is there, it's accessible, and you know what it does to you. It takes over your body. Once that liquor gets in someone's system, it makes them get away from all the problems that they have. And there's a reason that they don't put these stores in the richer areas. Because people don't want them. They think that they're trashy. But these same people that think that they're trashy for their neighborhood will go then into somebody else's neighborhood and plant them. Because they make money. Now, what's good for the goose? But that's what I have to say about liquor stores right now. I don't agree with them. I don't shop at them. I won't. Knock on wood, unless it's absolutely necessary to get something really, really small. But that's just what I choose to do. Let me know what you think, YouTube. Stay tuned. I have more videos to come.